Hi everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card today using our Pyrotechnics stamp set. Today's card does not involve too many techniques. I literally just heat embossed the different stamps directly onto a black cardstock with some gold tinsel, or rather gold glitter embossing powder. I don't use any ink except for Versamark ink, which is a clear sticky ink which the embossing powders will stick to. I'm going to position the largest fireworks stamp to the left of my card panel. This is going to be a horizontal A2 size card. Now, I'm not going to stamp the entire image directly onto the paper, or rather the cardstock. I'm going to offset it a little bit off the paper to create just a little bit more interest. Then I'm going to spoon some gold tinsel embossing powder onto my stamped image, and then I'm going to take my heat tool and melt the embossing powder. Before you stamp your Versamark image onto your card panel, what you might want to do is prep your cardstock with some anti-static powder tool or some kitchen flour if you have any on hand, so that the stray embossing powders won't stick to places where you don't want it. After I spoon on the powder, I'm going to tap away the excess, and then I'm going to apply my heat tool onto the stamped image to melt the embossing powder. Today's card is quick and easy because I'm just heat embossing the different fireworks stamps from the Pyrotechnics set. I'm not using any colored dye ink or anything like that. I'm just using some heat embossing techniques and maybe a little bit of a gold glitter washi tape to add some interest at the end, but it's very simple and very quick to make. Next, I'm going to stamp the little bursts with the little circles in the stamp, and I'm just going to stamp it offset from the center of my already heat embossed fireworks. Before I emboss this stamp that I just positioned, I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Versamark ink so that I can emboss everything at once. This is the Hello sentiment from our large peony 1 stamp set. Now I'm just going to take some gold tinsel Ranger embossing powder, and I'm going to spoon that onto my stamped images. And then I'm going to take my heat tool and melt the embossing powder. As I said before, this is a very simple card. You need very few materials to make it, and it was quick and easy. So here I am just taking the next stamp, and I'm going to position it towards the right of the card, and what I'm going to do is use a visual triangle in finishing up my card. So I'm just going to stamp the remaining sets, or I'm going to stamp the remaining stamps towards the right side of my sentiment so that the eye will travel all over the card panel. Now you can just mix and match the different fireworks stamps that are within this set, and you can create any combination that you'd like. They all go together, so whatever you decide to combine, you're gonna get good results, and that's how versatile and how easy it is to stamp with the Pyrotechnics set. I'm going to continue to emboss the different fireworks stamps from this set, and I'm just going to use the same gold embossing powder that I've been using for this card. This took me less than 10 minutes to make, and it's a very elegant card because of the gold and black color combination. You can never go wrong with black and gold and just keeping it simple. And you can also just interchange the sentiment with a birthday sentiment or congratulatory sentiment to change up the different kind of cards that you can make with this set. I went ahead and trimmed about 1/8 of an inch from the top and bottom portion of my card panel. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to take some gold glitter washi tape, and I'm going to stick it on the top and bottom portion of my top folding A2 size card base, so that when I adhere my finished card panel onto the card base, you're going to see the gold glitter washi tape peering out from under my card panel. I had already pre-cut some cardstock to create my card base. As I said earlier, this is a top folding horizontal card base and I just made it out of 110-pound black cardstock. I like to use 110-pound cardstock because it's heavyweight, especially when I heat emboss my card panels. This way, when I adhere the card panel onto the card base, it has something rigid and heavy to adhere to, so you won't see the warping as much. I love adding gold glitter washi tape to the edges of my cards because it adds a really nice finished look to your card. In addition to adding that touch of sparkle that I feel like every card needs. But I learned this technique from one of my design team members, Jess. She used to use this technique a lot on her cards, and I kind of started following her in that sense. I also use the gold washi tape instead of glitter paper because I feel like the washi tape is a little bit more brighter and more sparkly, and the glitter does not rub off, especially on the washi tape that I use. The card is nearly finished. The last thing to do is adhere the card panel onto the card base. I usually apply much more adhesive to the backs of my card panels. I'm not sure why I didn't put more on this one, but usually when I heat emboss a panel, I will use a lot of adhesive to make sure that the warping is less obvious. To give the card a little bit more interest, you can add some sequins or other embellishments to the card, but I chose to keep this card simple. So here is my finished card. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for stopping by. See ya!